I was born in Roseville and moved out here when I was 5 months old. There's 9 of us in the family, 4 boys, 4 girls. And my dad came over in 22, but my mother could not come over for 8 years. You had to have when my dad came over, he had to have a $100 bill and a place to live. And he came over, and then she came 8 years later. Couldn't speak a word of English, but we were all railroaders. And that's what I say, we lived here, we worked on the ranch. We had, this place here was 12.5 acres. The back half, there was 3 acres of pasture, 2 acres of peaches and grapes. And then the other side, down past the house, was plums. Well, when I met her, she was over on the other side of the fence, and we went over there and we looked at each other, and her eyes, when I told her, and she looked at me and I said, "Bah, you billy goat." She had, and we met, fought like cats and dogs all the way through school, and now coming up September, we'll have been married 62 years. But all the kids in the neighborhood, like I say, there was five houses, and we all went to school down there, and when we got home from school, they all played together, and when it came time for dinner, wherever they were, they ate. That's how the people got along. And another thing, my mother, we had a wood stove, and she would make soup every day on that wood stove. Even when it was 105, we had soup. That's one thing, and she made soup and cooked every day. That buffalo will follow you around like a puppy, and it showed this buffalo going in the house and everything. But they got so tame that the Citrus Heights Police Department, there was one guy that worked midnight to 8 shift. He used to come up here and park here by the water trough because they came down, and traffic going by down on Twin Oaks could not believe what they saw, slam on the brakes and almost have wrecks. But he come up here every day and he'd take a picture, and when they started shedding, if they lost some of the wool, he wanted some of that and got this and that. And it got to the point where if you went to apply for a job at the city hall, one of the questions they ask you, where are the buffaloes in Citrus Heights? And that's where they were here. So everybody loved them. The city wanted us to put them in parade, but they weren't that tame. But it got to the point where people started bothering them. So we had to, and the liability on them is so high, you can't, if a buffalo gets out, you can't herd it up like a cow, where you can herd it along the fence. The buffalo goes where it wants. And so we had to have them butchered. Like I say, I can't believe the amount of traffic that there is. And the houses, I could never live in a housing tract where the houses are 5 feet apart. Before, everybody had usually a 1/4 acre or something to build on. You could build a little barn if you wanted to, if you wanted to raise a little calf or some chickens or something. But now you can't do that.